Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chittagong Center. I'm Tazrian Ruby Sharno with you, and along with me I have
Mahmoudur Rahman. Assalamu alaikum. Those were the headlines of tonight's News at 10. We'll move on now to details of those and others. The 68th birth anniversary of Sheikh Kamal, the eldest son of father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, is being observed today. Born on August the 5th, 1949 at Tungipara in Gopalganj, Sheikh Kamal was a former executive member of the Central Committee of Bangladesh Chhatra League. Sheikh Kamal was well trained on war corps, and he got commissioned before taking part in Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. He was the aide-de-camp, ADC, to Commander-in-Chief of Bangladesh Armed Forces, General Atal Ghani Osmani, during the War of Liberation. After passing secondary school certificate SSC examination from Shaheen School and HSC from Dhaka College, Kamal was admitted into Dhaka University. He was one of the pioneers of modern football in Bangladesh and also founder-president of the country's leading sporting club, Abahuni Krida Chokro. Sheikh Kamal used to play cricket in First Division for Azad Boys Club and basketball too in First Division for Spurs Club. He was also founder member of Dhaka Theatre and Spondon Shilpi Goshti, a musical band of folk songs. Sheikh Kamal embraced martyrdom on August the 15th in 1975 at the age of 26. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said BNP workers have got frustrated as the party could not take to street even for 8 minutes in the past 8 years. He said this to newsmen after paying tributes to Sheikh Kamal, the eldest son of father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, at the Bonani graveyard, marking his 68th birth anniversary today. Awami League Advisory Council member Muzaffar Hussain Poltu, its joint General Secretaries Mahbubul Alam Hanif and Jahangir Kobir Nanok, Organising Secretaries Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry and AKM Enamul Haq Shamim, Cultural Affairs Secretary Ashim Kumar Ukil, Information and Research Secretary Afjal Hussain, Forest and Environment Affairs Secretary Delwar Hussain and Central Working Committee member Muhammad Ghulam Kabir Rabbani Chinu, among others, were present on the occasion. The Road Transport and Bridges Minister said BNP leaders should step down from the posts they are holding by taking the responsibility of their failure. Speeches of BNP leaders are only limited to press conferences. Their programs go in vain because of intra-party feud, he added. Obaidul Qadir said people have no expectation from the BNP and so they will boycott it again in the next general election. Industries Minister Amin Hussain Amu has said Awami League will welcome any political alliance if formed for strengthening democracy. But if the alliance wants to hurt the country's progress and democracy, they will be faced politically. The minister said this while addressing a discussion marking the 68th birth anniversary of Sheikh Kamal, organised by Bangladesh Awami Sweচ্ছাসেবক League on the premises of Bangabandhu Memorial Museum in Dhanmondi today. Held with President of the organisation, Advocate Mullah Muhammad Abu Kausar, in the chair, the discussion was also addressed, among others, by Awami League leader Dr. Mustafa Jalal Mahiuddin and Sweচ্ছাসেবক League General Secretary Pankaj Nath MP. Amin Hussain Amu said BNP, along with anti-liberation force, is hatching conspiracy to impede democracy. Their conspiracy would be faced strongly, the minister added. Awami League Joint General Secretary Mahbubul Alam Hanif has said that the killers assassinated father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, with his near and dear ones to destroy the spirit of liberation war. He said this while addressing a discussion meeting at Bangabandhu Avenue in the capital today. Dhaka South City Awami League organised the discussion marking the 68th birth anniversary of freedom fighter and sports organiser Shahid Sheikh Kamal. President of the organization, Abul Hasnat, chaired the discussion, which was also addressed by its General Secretary, Shah-e-Alam Murad, Awami League Organizing Secretary, Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry, MP, and Publicity and Publications Secretary, Dr. Hassan Mahmood, MP. Mahbubul Alam Hanif urged the government to execute the verdict of Bangabandhu killing case, bringing back the absconding killers from abroad.
A discussion in Dua Mahfil was arranged marking the 68th birth anniversary of founder of Abahuni Limited, Sheikh Kamal at Dhanmondi in Dhaka today. Chairman of the Abahuni Limited, Salman F. Rahman, presided over the function. Director of Abahuni Limited, Harun Rashid, Parliament members Qazi Nabil Ahmed and Barrister Sheikh Fazle Noor Taposh, Awami League Advisory Council member Muzaffar Hussain Polto, and players and officials of the club also attended the function. Earlier, the attendant guests laid floral wreaths at the portrait of Sheikh Kamal. Later, a special munajat was offered seeking eternal peace of the departed souls of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his family members of August 15. Road Transport and Bridges Minister Badal Qadir has urged people to foil the conspiracy against the ongoing development of the government. He made the call while inaugurating the civic mourning rally organized by Dhaka South City Corporation, DSCC, marking the month of grief, August. Bangladesh Chhatra League President Saifur Rahman Shohag, BSMMU Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Kamrul Hassan, and DSCC Mayor Soyod Khokon spoke among others. Leaders and activists of different Thana and ward and councillors of DSCC were present at the function. Obadul Qadir urged the leaders and supporters of Bangladesh Awami League to work unitedly to win in the next general elections. Later, a morning rally paraded different streets of the city and ended at Shikha Chironton of Sohardi Uddan. The rally was attended by a large cross-section of people. Jashud President Information Minister Hassanul Haqqinu has said that the country will march forward, taking along the disabled people but leaving behind Rajakars, militants and the fire terrorists. He said this while speaking as chief guest at a function organized by Shobar Shathe Mishbo, an organization for the disabled people, to distribute goats, wheelchairs and sewing machines at the Mirpur Upachela Porishad Hall Room in Kushtia today. Chief Executive of the organization, Akhtar Hussain, chaired the function addressed, among others, by Upazila Nirbahi Officer Mahbubur Rahman, Upazila Jashud President Muhammad Sharif, General Secretary Ahmed Ali and Jashud Central Committee member Muhammad Abdullah. Hassanul Haqqinu said BNP Jamaat Alliance are engaged in spreading disturbance across the country while the country is marching ahead peacefully under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He said democracy will be ruined if Rajakars return to power. Later, Hassanul Haqqinu distributed goats, wheelchairs and sewing machines among the disabled. Vitamin A Plus campaign was observed today countrywide. Around 22.5 million children aged between 6 months to 5 years were fed Vitamin A Plus capsule under the national campaign to prevent childhood blindness and reduce child mortality. Health Minister Mohammed Nasim inaugurated the campaign, feeding Vitamin A capsules and deworming tablets to some kids at Shishu Hospital in Dhaka today. Children aged between 6 and 11 months were given the blue-colored, high-powered Vitamin A capsule, while children aged between 12 and 59 months received the red-colored one. Vitamin A supplementation contributes to build the immune system, helping children to better cope with common infections. The supplementation also helps children to grow faster, to be less anemic, and reduce the mortality rate.
Now some international news. The Trump administration has issued its first written notification that the U.S. intends to withdraw from the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement. But in the notice to the United Nations, the U.S. State Department said Washington would remain in the talks process. President Donald Trump drew international condemnation in June when he first announced the U.S. intention to withdraw. The process of leaving would not be complete until just weeks after the U.S. presidential election in 2020. Extreme weather could kill up to 152,000 people yearly in Europe by 2100 if nothing is done to curb the effects of climate change, scientists say. The number is 50 times more deaths than reported now, the study in the Lancet Planetary Health Journal said. Heat waves would cause 99% of all weather-related deaths, it added, with southern Europe being worst affected. The research analyzed the effects of the 7 most dangerous types of weather-related events: heat waves, cold snaps, wildfires, droughts, river and coastal floods and windstorms in the 28 EU countries, as well as Switzerland, Norway and Iceland. M. Venkaiah Naidu, the candidate of the ruling BJP-led National Democratic Alliance, has been elected India's 13th vice president. Naidu received 516 votes, defeating the opposition's candidate, former West Bengal Governor Gopalakrishna Gandhi. Gopalakrishna got 244 votes. 771 of 785 votes, which is over 98%, were cast by parliamentarians today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who was among the first to cast their votes in Parliament, congratulated Mr. Naidu on the big win.
Now coming back to news from home. The nation is set to observe the 76th death anniversary of Rabindranath Tagore tomorrow with elaborate programs recalling the tremendous contribution to flourish Bangla literature and songs. As part of the national level observance, Bangla Academy will hold a cultural function and a special lecture at Abdul Karim Shahidto Bisharod Auditorium on the Academy premises at 4 p.m. on Sunday. Besides Shilpakala Academy, Bangladesh Rumindo Shongit Shilpi Songstha and Shishu Academy have drawn up different programs marking the day. The youngest of 13 surviving children, Tagore, nicknamed Robi, was born on the 25th of Bengali month of Boishakh 1268 in the Jorashanko mansion in Calcutta to Devendranath Tagore and Sharda Devi. Tagore modernized Bengali art by spurning rigid classical forms and resisting linguistic strictures. In his long 7 decades of endeavors in different genres of Bangla literature, the great poet enriched the Bangla language and literature and elevated their positions in the global arena. Author of Gitanjali and its profoundly sensitive, fresh and beautiful verse, Rabindranath became the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Muhid has said the investigation report on the reserve heist of Bangladesh Bank is not being made public because a case is still pending with the court in the Philippines. He said this while talking to journalists after attending a seminar on medical waste management organized by Sylhet City Corporation in Sylhet today. Cyber criminals stole a total of $101 million from Bangladesh Bank's account with New York's Federal Reserve Bank on February 5, 2016. The government formed a 3-member investigation committee headed by former governor of Bangladesh Bank Dr. Farasuddin on March 19, 2017 to look into the heist incident. The probe committee submitted the report to the finance minister in May last. Commerce Minister Tafal Ahmed has said BNP's proposal for election time supportive government was not realistic as there is no existence of such provision in constitution of any country across the globe. He said this while addressing a function as the chief guest marking inauguration of a new building of Char Fashion Upazila Porishad at Bhola today. Tafal Ahmed said the next election will be held under the ruling Awami League government as per the constitution and the election commission will hold the polls. Inaugurating the Char Fashion Upazila Porishad building, local government, rural development and cooperative minister engineer Khondokar Mosharraf Hussain said the Awami League government has done a huge development work in Bhola for welfare of the people, not for getting votes. Deputy Minister of Forest and Environment Ministry Abdullah Al-Islam Jacob MP and Habibi Millat Munna MP spoke on the occasion. Science and Technology Minister Architect Yafiz Usman has urged the architects to make technology-based design of infrastructures maintaining balance between public demand and the environment. He made the call while addressing the concluding session of the first International Conference on Green Architecture at Bangladesh University of Engineering and Technology in the capital today. Green Architecture Cell Coordinator Architect Dr. Muhammad Ashikur Rahman Jordar chaired the session, which was also addressed by advisor of International Conference on Green Architecture Professor Dr. Abu Said M. Ahmed. Yafiz Usman said the architects should do innovative work as they are creative people. Now news on weather. Dhaka Met Office said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at many places in Dhaka, Khulna, Borishal, Chittagong, Mymensingh and Sylhet divisions, at a few places in Rajshahi and Rangpur divisions, with moderately heavy to heavy falls at places across the country. Dhaka and day and night temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country.
And now some sports news. The Bangladesh national cricket team began a conditioning camp in Chittagong today for the upcoming two-match test series against Australia. The Tigers went through a 3-hour batting, bowling and fielding practice session at the Zahur Ahmed Chaudhry Stadium. They will attend 2 practice sessions in a day from tomorrow. The first test will start on the 27th of August in Dhaka, while the second test will start on the 4th of September in Chittagong. Meanwhile, James Pattinson pulled out from the Aussie squad and was replaced by Jackson Bird. Mitchell Chopin is also a newly included member of the Aussie team. The 4th National Youth Handball Tournament 2017 began at the Bolton Handball Stadium in the capital today. Whip of the Jatiyo Shangshad, Mahbuba Ragini, unwrapped the inauguration cover of the event. Officer of Patron Organization FM Iqbal bin Anwar and General Secretary of Bangladesh Handball Federation Asaduzzaman Kohinoor were also present on the occasion. Districts of Nagaur, Rajshahi, Dhaka and Panchgor won their respective matches on the inaugural day. And now to end the news, here again are the headlines. Sheikh Kamal's 68th birth anniversary observed with hosts of programs. No alternative to unity for winning election, Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir tells partymen. Vitamin A Plus campaign observed across country. Nobel laureate poet Rabindranath Tagore's 76th death anniversary tomorrow. Befitting programs chalked out. US formally pulls out of Paris Climate Pact. And Tigers start practice session in Chittagong ahead of the test series against Australia. Pacer James Pattinson dropped from the Aussie squad.
That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.